Hi, I'm Sean Carruthers, and welcome to How Do I? I'm Butterscotch.com. This series we're asking the question, how do I shoot better video? In this episode specifically, we're going to take a quick look at the hardware that you need to make this happen. Now, if you're shooting video, of course you're going to have a few equipment considerations, and the first one is to make sure that you have the right camera for the job. Now, most people are carrying around a cell phone these days that actually has a camera built in on board, and a lot of people are shooting a lot of their video on this. But it's not necessarily the best choice for it because the quality on this is actually not that great. You don't have things like zoom, you don't have a lot of control over the image, and it actually can be a little bit noisy. The sensor inside here is not all that great. So if you're looking to shoot something a little bit higher quality, then you'll probably want to step up to the next level. One good choice in this regard is the Flip. Now, the Flip is a dedicated video camera that came out a few years back. It's an all-in-one device, very small, very handheld. It's designed to shoot HD video, in this case 720p. Connects directly to your computer using a USB connector built right into the device. Now, with the Flip video, it has a few advantages to it. Number one, it is HD. You have a screen on the back that you can see what it is. And it is something that can tuck away in your pocket fairly quickly. Now again, it's not the best quality camera that's out there. You don't really have a whole lot of control over the image. Some of these have zoom, but not too much zoom. And in a lot of cases in lower light, the quality of the picture won't be all that good. Another thing that comes into play when you're looking at cameras that are this small is any hand movement you make exaggerates the motion and the jitteriness of the image itself. So smaller cameras tend to often have worse picture in terms of stability. If you're looking for something that's a little bit more stable and less seasick making, then you want to get something a little bit larger. Another choice that a lot of people have is the camera that they have to shoot still images. Now, we have a point-and-shoot camera here from Panasonic, and this one does video as well. In this case, it's not high-definition video. A number of point-and-shoot cameras that are coming out these days that do high-definition video, but it's worth noting that this isn't the prime focus of these cameras. These cameras are designed to shoot high-quality still images, and sometimes the video functionality on these is not quite what you'd want. So it is a good option if this is all you have, and often it's better than the one that you'll find on your cell phone. But again, if you really want higher quality video, you'll want to step up yet again to something like a camcorder. Now, camcorders have been around for a while. The ones that we've seen in the past have had tapes inside, allowing you to record to this tape-based media. It's moved since then to a couple of different formats, first to hard drive, and then more recently to solid-state memory or flash memory. You'll see that on a secure digital card. In fact, flash memory is what you have inside the Flip video cameras. It's all built inside, though, and you can't remove it. Modern camcorder-style cameras that actually use flash memory often have removable cards, so you can actually take them out and start recording on a new, fresh card when you run out of space on the one you have. When you're using something that is using, say, a hard drive built in, the tendency on a hard drive-based camera is to keep recording and keep recording and keep recording until you run out of space. And although there's a lot of space on these camcorders, once you're in the field and you run out of space, there's not really a whole lot you can do about that besides deleting a whole pile of footage on that. And doing that on the fly means you might miss something that you really want to shoot. Now, the nice thing about moving to a camcorder size of camera, especially one that's larger, say like this, is that when it fits into your hand and you move it around like that, it actually isn't moving around as much. So every little motion of your hand isn't causing the camera to go off axis as much, which means the image is going to be a lot more stable. Now, you can improve on this even further by moving up to a professional level camera like the EX1. Now, something like this usually costs thousands of dollars, and we have these in the studio for shooting our particular shows here. It's not the sort of camera that you'll have for general use, and if you're just casual about wanting to make movies, you're probably not going to go out and get one of these unless you have a lot of money and not a whole lot else to spend it on. Now, one of the things you may want to look for when you're searching for a camera, if you're buying one, is the audio on board, and to make sure that you have the ability to plug audio into it, like a microphone or an attachment that will accept a microphone or has a better microphone. Now, most of these camcorders do have microphones built on board. This camcorder does. The Flash has it on the front grille. The downside of the microphones that are on here, especially when you're using a microphone that is attached to a mechanical camera like this, is noise. So with this one, you'll hear the motor kicking in, coming back through the microphone, so you'll hear a whirring sound. If you've ever listened to old footage from a camcorder, you may have heard that, especially in a quieter room when you're trying to record something there. The other problem is when you get further away from a subject, the noise level of the room tends to go up, and the subject speaking tends to go down. So it becomes very, very uneven. Now, when you have a option to plug a microphone into the camera, it actually gives you more flexibility on that. So you can plug a microphone in from a distance, you can talk into it like this, or you can put a shotgun mic on the top of this and get better quality sound even though you're far away. So it is worth looking at this. These cameras can cost a little bit extra money, so you may want to budget a little bit more if audio is going to be very important to you. If you're just shooting for the video and you're going to put music over top, that's not such a big issue. The other problem that plagues a lot of these cameras, especially the ones at the lower end, like your cell phone camera or something like the Flip, is lower light conditions. Now you can get a lot of noise in the image when you're shooting in lower light, so you might want to look at getting something that either has a better sensor, so say like a DSLR or one of these camcorders, or you may want to look at getting separate lighting to take with you when you're shooting something important. Also, if you're concerned about stability of the image, you may want to consider a tripod for your camera kit. We'll take a look at this and lighting in an upcoming episode of this series. Don't forget to check out the show notes for this episode of the series and the other episodes of the series at butterscotch.com. You can see the rest of the episodes in the series there too.